We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask firm returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with GCT, Gigacloud Technology Inc. And the stock is taking off today, right? After hitting multiple dip areas here about 3 times on the way down, it finally found a support at around $15. And we need to talk about how things were looking, how the inflow versus outflow indicator is looking in our 42 vision indicators, whether this is under a bull or bear indicator, and where to look at going into tomorrow, especially since the end of the week is coming. Is the run going to continue or is it going to fade away, right? I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys the home run opportunity I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And as you see popping up here on the screen, these are some of the home run opportunities I managed to find this week alone. While it's not guaranteed to be this way every single time, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the stocks I mentioned this morning. Every single one of them gave jumps of 3 to 5%, 5 to 10% plus. But one of them turned out to be a home run, and that was HPCO. We caught this one in the pre-market sitting sideways, and towards the bell, it got a bull indicator. The inflows were crossed. They started to pull away from the midpoint with strength, full strength on 42 vision, and it gave a highest point of 40% plus, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with GCT, Gigacloud Technology Inc. And the stock started to run in the morning, guys. Right after the bell, it started picking up momentum in the pre-market, lifting itself up from the lows down here of $14.18 to highs here of $15.75. Found support after the bell, took off within minutes, nearly almost 50% plus, and right now it is nearly up 70% to 80% plus on the day, guys. So here we are with GCT up at the $24 mark in the aftermarket hours, but we're going to look at things here with our bull and bear indicators and inflow versus outflow indicator, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator, getting connected to our SPY bot, our QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator, which adds that extra layer of confirmation within the volatility. And slots are now open. Check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator. So here we are with GCT. It's under a bull indicator. It had been ranging between bull and bear indicators, but the bull indicators have been very short-lived. Those outflows actually started to pick up really fast here, bringing things back down below it. This one right here, it was actually a fake out. You could see how there wasn't enough strength in those inflows, slightly crossed and quickly came back down. But since way back here and even back here on the 30-minute and this bear indicator, outflows have been dominating. This was the first time we actually crossed over with some strength, lost that momentum, and since then, this has been outflow dominated all this time. Now, very interesting enough, going from yesterday to today, it hit a dip area, which is white with red borders, and the inflow started to pick up slowly towards aftermarket hours. And today in the pre-market, it was ranging sideways. Finally got crossed, full momentum, got that strength, pushed itself over, kind of slowed down a little bit here. Things slowed down on the chart. But that bull indicator did not switch by a bear indicator. It continued to hold true. Inflows picked up again, and the momentum continued from $19 to highs here of $26. And full transition on 42 vision, right? From the dip area to the rip area, and that extra layer of confirmation with the bull indicator. That's what it's all about here with 42 vision and our inflow versus outflow indicator. And in the process, there's a hidden divergence. And this is why it's going to be important going into tomorrow to watch this very carefully. Why? Because the stock pulled back as the outflows began to dominate, right? Now, in the aftermarket hours, outflows continue to pull lower, but in between that first pullback here, as we see on the chart, and this sideways action and this aftermarket hours, there was a run back up, right? It went from $21 to $27. Now, we're going to zoom into the 15-minute to see what happened within the volatility, but there's a hidden divergence here. If this continues to pull down lower, it could reflect here in the chart and bring things back to support of $21 or even below it if it crosses the midpoint. That's going to be the most important thing to watch going into tomorrow, especially being a Friday and a long weekend coming up. This is huge. Now, no bear indicator in any of the pullbacks so far. Bull indicator is still dominating the chart. Now, when you zoom out to the 4-hour, you could see that things started to pick up here. But since this recently IPO'd not too long ago, there's not enough data when it comes to inflow versus outflow just yet. But we did shift from red to green bars. Now, if we zoom in a little bit more back into the 1-hour, you could see how I got a bull indicator for the first time since that first bear indicator back on the 22nd. Outflows have dominated all this time, and this is the first time on the 1-hour that it gets a bull indicator, shifts from the dip area to the rip area's full strength, and those inflows crossed the midpoint and pulled upwards. And now they're kind of slowing down. So I'm going to be watching if this red starts to continue to pull downwards towards the midpoint on the 1-hour. It's going to be super important. Even if it doesn't cross it, it could start to reflect in the chart, pulling it downwards, and again to retest the $21 mark. Now, let's go ahead and zoom in and look at the 15-minute. So on the 15-minute, this is another key level I'm going to be watching, because on the 30-minute, I told you there was a hidden divergence, right? While things were sitting sideways, it ran back up. Now, in the volatility, this bull indicator popped up as well. No bear indicator just yet, but you could see how much outflow started to dominate on that initial pullback from $26 down towards $21, right? Now, it did not cross the midpoint. That's why this stock did not collapse completely. If it crossed the midpoint, the next support to watch was 1870, and if it tried to bounce back up from there or continued that downward trend, and how the outflows were looking. Now, outflows did not cross. I would consider this some profit taking, some people getting shaken out within the move, whatever you want to call it. There was outflows happening, right? And this is what I love about the inflow versus outflow indicator plus our 42 vision indicators, because it allows us to see where the money's moving, how things are reacting, and why they're reacting the way they are, right? It's so important. I'm a big advocate that every single investor should have clearer charts and should have an edge. Now, it doesn't have to be 42 vision, and this is not financial advice, just my opinion and perspective alone, but having clearer charts is what it's all about. And if you're interested and you want to join us and become part of a community of investors using these resources to maximize, check out the link down below in the description to the 42 vision indicator and the inflow versus outflow indicator, because this is what allows us to see what's happening, right? And have that edge to not miss out on opportunities and also avoid the ones that don't make sense. That's what it's all about, clarity. So GCT is here with the inflows picking back up. They never crossed this dip right here on the 15-minute and even on the 5-minute. If you want to zoom in, it was looking like an opportunity. Look how much it crossed, how many times, but it finally got itself back up and got up with momentum. And then that bull indicator there going into the after hours. And apart from that, the 15-minute reconfirming why there was a support there. It never crossed the midpoint. If that midpoint got crossed, like I stated, it would go towards $18. And if it continued, it could even go lower, right? So right now on the 15-minute, the key thing to watch going into tomorrow is for this to stay above the midpoint. We do not want to see this cross back down, because it could break through new resistance levels that were previously supports. And it's super important to keep that in mind. Now, in the hidden divergence of the 30-minute, you could see here that things are sitting sideways. The stock was going up, and now it's pulling back, guys. The 15-minute hasn't pulled back with it yet, but if they both start pulling down towards the midpoint and the 15-minute does not pull up the 30-minute with it, this could turn out to be a huge volatile situation, coming down 21, retesting 18 if it can't hold that support and bounce back up, and then below that would be $17. Those are the key levels I'm watching to the downside. To the upside, if these inflows could actually pause, not hit the midpoint, and find support, even if it comes back down towards 21 and bounces back up, that could turn out to be the setup for the next bull run. And up to the upside, we need to talk about the key levels, right? So we need to see this actually stay above that midpoint, bring itself back up, not cross it on the 30-minute and on the 15-minute. We want to see it pull up higher and continue to the upside. But what are the levels to watch to the upside? The first resistance is the high here in the aftermarket hours, 27.57. It's a key historical resistance where things continue to fall. Right after that bear indicator popped up and things rejected down towards 14 bucks. And above that, if it breaks through it, the next resistance level is right up here at 29.67, guys. These are the key levels I'm watching. I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. And as always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.